Walker Moore is suing his childhood friend Kevin Buers in the amount of $380. Mr. Moore claims Mr. Buers broke his collectible pendant and says the defendant refuses to reimburse him for the value of the item. Mr. Buers claims it was an accident, so he shouldn't be financially responsible for the damage.
Mr. Moore, you're suing your friend, Mr. Buers, for $380, which represents the cost of a broken pendant. Is that right?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay, and how long have you two been friends?
We grew up together. We've been friends.
You grew up together, and you're here in front of me over a material thing worth $380.
It's more what the pendant represented, Your Honor.
What did the pendant represent?
He's been childish for quite some time.
What did the pendant represent? You said it's what the pendant represented. Was it something your grandmother gave you?
It was not, Your Honor. The pendant was a purchase at a recent glassblowing auction, but...
You bought it at an auction recently?
Yes, ma'am. And it's...
what did it represent?
It represented the last in a long line of things that show that I cannot trust him.
Oh, so you're keeping a list of things that he does that add to a list of why you can't trust him?
Unfortunately, yes, Your Honor.
And when did you start this list?
I didn't so much start it as it started building itself.
When was that? Because we've been together since we were children. Is that what I heard?
Yes, correct.
How long was that? At what age did you become friends?
We became friends around 5 years old.
5 years old?
Yes.
So you went to the same elementary school?
Yes,
yes.
we sure
Junior
did.
high?
Yes.
Is that right?
That is correct.
High school?
Yes.
Okay, so what did you do during those years as friends?
We skateboarded. We broke bones together. We always hanged out. We did anything that, pertained to wheels, bicycles, anything.
Right.
We just love hanging out, yeah.
So when did the trouble start that you had to start keeping a list?
I didn't start keeping a list, like I said. It just sort of formed
When did it form then?
We went into the same business together. We're both camera operators.
What year was that? I mean, how old were you then?
I believe we were 22. It was about 5 years ago.
Okay, so he was pretty good from age 5 to 22, no problem.
Well, there were some issues,
Something happened
but
around
yes.
that age 22.
Yes, Your
And
Honor.
what did he do at age 22?
It wasn't...
Well, let me ask you this before I get to that. Did you celebrate birthdays together,
Yeah,
stuff like that? Did you go out with girls together?
Of course, Your
and
Honor.
stuff like that? Did you tell each other your secrets and everything?
Yeah,
Of
Your
course.
dreams?
Of course.
Your aspirations? All of that?
Yes.
Okay, so before you got to age 22, what were you doing to earn money?
We were doing side jobs because he got really good at the camera operating job.
Okay.
And I couldn't find jobs or whatnot for said
I had to
job.
find his jobs for him.
So you were helping him find jobs. Okay, so then at age 22,
At age 22, we actually managed to get jobs. We went in together and we started working on some of the same projects. Like he said, we
you were
did.
doing it as a team now.
We were doing it together. It was, we would go in as a team, but they don't always hire you as a team.
Right. But you were starting to get more team-type jobs.
Yes,
Okay.
but there's also a lot of single jobs that I would find, and I would give him...
But tell me, what happened during this time that you all of a sudden started keeping a list, or life made a list of its own, of his transgressions? What was happening then?
It was coming to light that I was a lot more serious about it and doing it well than he was.
What was he doing? He was sloppy in his work?
He wasn't sloppy. He's a fine operator. Just he's not as technical as needs
well,
be.
you said you're the technical one.
Yes. My shots were a lot more precise. I was willing to go in for longer for very slightly less money. I was so I managed to get more than he did.
Well, why is that like a negative mark on his list?
It's more the lack of seriousness, the lack of commitment. He still had other things he wanted to do.
Well, did you want to do something else?
Well, I wanted to be a camera operator. That's what I really wanted to do.
Right.
But I didn't get as much jobs as he did.
Right. So were you doing other things?
Yeah, I was doing odd jobs. I was going to auctions for glass blowing.
Oh, so that's where the glass comes in.
Yeah, that's what.
You started getting an interest in what blown glass.
Yeah, the auctions and whatnot.
Okay.
Like the different types of shapes and stuff that glass blowing.
So that was your love.
Well, both our loves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't hear that out of his mouth yet.
Coming up on Supreme Justice.
So it broke.
Yes.
And that's why we're here?
Yes.
Yeah, but it broke from his negligence. Not
Yeah,
mine.
but I don't understand. It's $380. You've been friends since you were 5. That y'all couldn't work this out.
And later,
Right.
Saturday is the busiest day,
Right.
and he's there protesting. People coming to my store, like right next to the window, blocking
Right.
the doors.
Right.
They just blocking the sidewalk for my business.
Supreme Justice is back with the case of Walker Moore, who is suing Kevin Buers for property loss.
When did you start this glass thing?
The glass thing came 2-3 years ago.
Okay.
He brought it up. It was something else we could do just to spend time together.
So we start collecting glass.
Collecting with intent to sell.
Okay, did you sell any glass?
Yes, we found several pieces.
Right.
We find some. It's
So
just about
how much did y'all make in selling glass?
We made like good profit. We had enough to like we can pay bills with it.
Right. Well,
So,
how much money in the last 2 or 3 years you say it's been going on that you make in glass? Profit?
profit wise, I say $3,000.
$3,000
Yeah.
over 2 or 3 years, so about $1,000 a year.
Yeah,
roughly.
Yeah, so it's
Okay.
pretty good.
All right. So this little piece of glass was $380.
Yes.
It cost $380.
It cost
And what
$380.
would you have been able to sell it for?
$600, Your Honor.
You think you would have gotten $600 for that?
Yeah,
Where'd you
it's-
buy that at an auction?
Yes, from a artist known within the community, not one of the biggest ones. But,
Right. All right. So then what happened? Tell me about this item.
Well, Kevin and I, we hang out as often as we can. My schedule's always up in the air. His is always up in the air.
So you still hang out a lot?
Yes, Your Honor.
Even though he had been racking up this list. Okay, so you bought this thing. Tell me about it.
I'd invited him over. We were sitting around drinking,
Right.
not much.
He knew he was coming over to see a piece you bought.
No, he was coming over to hang out. I
You
just
didn't
wanted
tell
to...
him about the piece you bought?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. So
I
you said,
wanted to
come
surprise
on
him
over.
with it.
And what were we doing?
We were drinking, talking.
Drinking what?
Just beers.
Okay. Okay. So how many of those did you have?
I had one beer.
Oh, yeah, one beer. How about you?
Yeah.
I had one. I was working on my second.
Then what happened?
I brought the piece out to show him. He appreciated it like I'd hoped he was going to,
Right.
and then
You
he
thought
asked.
it was a good piece?
I mean, it was nice.
Okay, we're sitting
Nice.
around.
It was. It wasn't like, oh my gosh.
It was gorgeous, and you know it.
Okay. That's fine.
It's all a matter of opinion.
Pretty
You
well-
have to admit something like this is a matter of opinion. I'm not giving you $600 for it.
Well, of course not. It's worth $600 to the right buyer.
Right,
and admittedly,
exactly.
the price tag involved makes it a lot prettier.
So you showed it to him, and then what happened?
He was impressed with it, and he asked to see it.
Okay.
I never asked to see the piece.
You didn't ask to see it?
No, he showed it, dangled it in my face.
Right.
I did not
Showed
dangle
me.
it in your face.
Well,
Okay, wait,
I
let
was-
me hear him. He dangled it and said what?
He said, oh, look, this is a piece I got in an auction. which
Okay,
I
then
was-
what happened?
I took the piece to look at it myself.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
you
you
dangled
did
it.
have the piece.
Well, I
Okay,
didn't
but you
ask.
had it in your hand. That was the bottom line.
Yeah, pretty
And
much.
then what happened?
Then I looked at it for a few moments, sat on the table, and we continued drinking beers.
Right. So it was
Then-
sitting there on the table while
It
y'all
didn't make it to the table.
It didn't make it to the table.
I handed it to him. I told him, be very gentle, because
Right.
Kev is Kev.
But he would
and-
know that. He was doing this before you.
You know,
about
I
being
would think
gentle.
so, but still. And I pointed out the cost, how much I thought I could
All right,
make
you
of it.
handed it to him. What happened?
He took it in 2 fingers and stared at it,
Right.
mesmerized.
Right.
He went to put it down on my table.
Right.
And his hand, I don't know what happened, but
Right.
the piece dropped onto
Right.
the table.
Right.
The table dropped to the ground, and the piece was shattered.
Well, why would
beyond.
the table drop to the ground off of that little old piece of glass?
Because it was an unstable table.
What
It
was wrong with the table?
It was hanging from the balcony with 2 hooks. So
What you mean hanging from the balcony?
from the balcony, yeah.
Oh, you're outside?
Yeah, we're outside. And,
You brought
yeah.
it outside
Yeah,
on the balcony
unfortunately,
in front of the table that's hanging from the balcony above on 2 hooks?
it was never supposed to go near that table.
It shouldn't have come outside. So it broke.
Yes.
And that's why we're here?
Yes.
Yeah, but it broke from his negligence. Not
Yeah, but
mine.
I don't understand. It's $380. You've been friends since you were 5. That y'all couldn't work this out. Did you offer to help pay for it to replace it?
He was very cavalier about it. He saw that it was broken and laughed and said, well, at least you got a good deal. And
I think it's more going on here that I don't know about, because it doesn't make sense to me that 2 friends that have been friends since they were 5 and shared dreams and the same career aspirations will be sitting here fighting over a piece of glass. It ain't even diamonds.
It's-
Sitting here fighting over a piece of glass.
It's more than the glass itself. It was, like I said, it was the last straw. It was.
Well, I think that you contributed to the negligence by bringing it out there. So I'm going to find that he wasn't negligent, that you were the negligent one. Because you should have protected your item. And it didn't sound to me like the measurements that you took were protective of that item. Now that I'm ready to rule, what's going to happen to the friendship?
I don't know, Your Honor.
You don't miss him as a friend?
It's not that I don't miss him, but...
Do you miss him as a friend?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, well, you know, sometimes you just have to walk away from friendships. You know? When I was a child, I thought as a child. And when I was a man, I behaved as a man. Maybe it's time to be a man and leave the childhood things behind.
That's precisely my problem.
I don't need you to echo me. All right, judgment for the defendant. Good luck to you both.
Thank you.
Judge Karen has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been denied.
Can we just move past this and just be friends?
You know, I'll have to think about it.
Coming up,
the owner of the gun shop is eager to stay in place, and I've been trying it every month, and I've actually been successful. Like the first month we only had 30 to 50 people.
Right.
Second month we had 100 or 150
Yeah, but it's 6
people.
months and nothing has
But
changed.
it's
Yeah, I
his
know.
rights to own that store. It's his rights to own the business.
And I understand your concern, but my
Y'all want to
protest...
talk outside, have some coffee, and then let me know if y'all work out something?
watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Business owner Elisa Gill is suing Joe Sims in the amount of $3,000. Ms. Gill says Mr. Sims organized a public demonstration in front of her nail salon and claims she lost income because her clients had no place to park. Mr. Sims claims he had a permit to protest and says his group was on public property and didn't block access to the plaintiff's shop.
All right, Ms. Gill, you're suing for $3,000 representing loss of business because of a protest. Is that
Yes,
right?
ma'am. Yes,
And
ma'am.
what type of business do you have?
I own the nail salon. I've been running that business for 5 years.
So you were protesting there?
That is correct.
Okay, what you were protesting her business or
No.
the business
No.
next
No.
door?
There's a business next door, it's a gun shop, and
Okay.
I am protesting the gun shop because there's too much violence and criminal stuff happening in the city, and I just wanted it to end. And like this gun shop is just uncomfortable to see in the strip mall.
Right. Is
And
it the only gun shop in the city?
It is the only one.
Okay. So
He is
is it just, let me just find out. So is it just you protesting?
Not just me. I have managed to get at least 30 to 50 people in the first month because we've been doing this for about 6 months now.
Okay.
And,
And how often are you protesting?
Just once a month.
Once a month you
yes,
protest?
That's correct. On a
And
Saturday.
is it a particular, it's always a Saturday?
It's always on a Saturday.
And
That
where,
is the busiest day for my business.
Right.
Saturday is the busiest day,
Right.
and he's there protesting and has people around, people coming to my store, like right next to the window, blocking
Right.
the doors. The crowd is so big that is coming, people coming to the sidewalk.
Right.
They just blocking the sidewalk for my business.
Right.
And also the parking is getting full, so my clients cannot park a cars.
right. Where is it? In the public parking?
In a public
Yeah, well, you got
parking.
nothing to do with that. I
Exactly.
mean, that's public parking.
But it's also like my clients coming for my business.
Right,
They
but
cannot
it's
park a
the
car.
public parking.
I
So I
understand.
can come down with my girlfriends every weekend and we can take up every one of those parking spots and not go to your nail salon, and it's okay.
Coming up,
See, Your Honor, I only do this once a month. How is she losing so much money just
I was
one day?
about to ask the same question.
Supreme Justice is back with the case of Elisa Gill, who is suing Joe Sims for lost income.
And what is the protest? What are you doing out there?
So we're pretty much like, we want the store to close. And I have a permit also, Your Honor.
Okay, let me see the permit.
Yes, I have it here. So the process we're having it's like once a month, and what we're trying to do is pretty much just get this gun shop to close.
Well, it hasn't closed, right?
It hasn't closed now.
So when you're out there, what is it that you're doing?
So we're pretty much standing outside of the store,
Right.
and I actually talked to the owner of the store and asked him, hey, can you please, this is not like an environment we want to have in this neighborhood.
Right.
also.
I have
And
to
can you
know
close
the
it
owner
down?
of
Wait a second.
And can
he says what?
And he says no. He said he likes his business there,
Right.
and he wants to keep it there.
Right.
But it's
I
just,
don't understand something. The gun shop doesn't seem to be having a problem with the protest.
but yeah, the owner of the gun shop is eager to stay in place, and I've been trying it every month, and I've actually been successful. Like the first month we only had 30 to 50 people.
Right.
Second month we had 100 or 150
Yeah, but it's 6
people.
months and nothing has
But
changed.
it's
Yeah, I
his
know.
rights to own that store. It's his rights to own the business. You cannot tell people to close your business because you don't like it.
And I understand your concern, but my
Y'all want to
protest.
talk outside, have some coffee, and then let me know if y'all work out something?
I talked to her several
my
times.
question, why are we here? What's the $3,000?
Every month I used to make on a Saturdays more than $2,000. Now I'm making less than that. This is the monthly sales report.
Okay, let me see the sales report.
And I'm asking him to
You're
reimburse
saying
me my
every
money.
month for how long have you been making?
It's insane the amount of money she's throwing me, Your Honor.
I'm asking him to reimburse me for that for Saturdays, but he was there and I lose all that money.
Judge Karen's verdict when Supreme Justice returns.
When did you say the amount of money that you were making changed?
From September
Till when?
till December.
See, Your Honor, I only do this once a month. How is she losing so much money just
I
one
was
day?
about to ask the same question.
This is a Saturdays report, and I'm
Right.
losing clients.
Right.
I'm losing. I also have to keep my store open, so I
Right.
have to pay for my rent for the employees.
Right.
And then the customers not coming in. Also, I lost my customers when it's coming in like on a regular. They
Right.
just go to a different salons.
Right. I don't think that you have proven with this sales report. It's only for 4 months. I don't see what you did last year during those 4 months. I don't even understand what you have submitted here. All right, I'm sorry, ma'am. I don't believe that you provided me enough evidence that this activity has impacted your business. So on that basis, I'm dismissing the case. Good luck to you both.
Judge Karen has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been dismissed.
I can't believe judges miss my case. You know what you're doing. You ruined my business.
I am so sorry that this protest is affecting your business, but I'm not going to stop until the gun shop closes down. So I'll see you next Saturday.